Hello, everybody. We have a great vendor spotlight session today from Sengistix. John Kier is here, and he is going to tell you about their products and services. And so if you have questions throughout, please either drop them into the chat or raise your hand, and I'll work on managing getting the questions into John as he goes. John, take it away. You're on mute, John. I'm not sure if I can change that. Should be.
There we go. How's that?
Yeah, now we got you. Yep.
Great. Sorry about that.
No worries.
Great. Thanks for inviting me. I'm happy to be here, and I'm excited to hear the trajectory that Arkansas is going with technology. Very exciting to hear. Again, my name is John Kier. I'm the operations director for Sengistix. We are located in Mendota Heights, Minnesota. Is my slide not working? There we go. All right. So we began in roughly 2008, 2009, developing.
John, I'm gonna jump in on you once. What we're seeing is the main slide still. It's not in. We're not seeing the presentation mode.
Sorry about that.
Might just need to share a different window. That's the one. You got it.
Great. Apologies. Sengistix. We began in roughly 2008 developing a sensor platform that took existing PERS type technology and post data sensor reviews that was happening in nursing homes and assisted living, and developed a platform that used those same sensors and alert to create alerts. And so our SEN service stands for Secure Environmental Network of Support. Again, we use traditional pendants as well as other sensor devices and ways to alert responding folks that something occurred in an environment that they want to respond to. And so when events occur, our platform sends alerts to a phone via a phone call or a text message. Those alerts then can be acknowledged, and when they're not acknowledged, our platform has a call tree that will continue to escalate until a responder does acknowledge the alert. It's one of the key features of our platform that we get the most positive responses from our customers. It's very robust. It not only does call trees, but it can also broadcast alerts so that more than one entity can be made aware of events occurring. We have, again, a lot of traditional sensor devices that you see, whether off the shelf or with other vendors. Our system includes a sensor hub that typically connects to the location's internet directly to their router. We also have availability of LTE chips that can add cellular connectivity and operations for direct use or for failover issues. Again, in this photo, you see some typical items, including buttons that an individual would press to signal an alert. Included in here are contact sensors that are put on doors, cabinets, med cabinets or windows. Again, various parts of an environment that you want to be aware of activity or action, as well as inactivity. Our system will alert you to activity that you expect but does not occur. We can send you an alert if it's not happening. One of the more recent items that we've added to our platform are more options for the pendant, including a pendant that also has fall detection features. Other examples of some things that we include, and this is not inclusive or does not include all that we have. And I apologize for the photo quality, but we often are asked to use incontinence pads as part of our system. Our system includes smoke detectors, CO2 detectors that are as well part of a secure environment that our customers like to be made aware of. Toilet flushing types of things. We've got water detection pucks as well as heat sensors, for example, and rapid muscle motion detectors for beds as well. And as I mentioned, then our fall detection pendant. We also have customers that like our alert system. It allows them to go from awake staff to sleep staff. Or we see our customers using the sensor platform to combine awake staff in programs that are in close proximity, for example. People will use our Sens platform for shorter periods of the day where you've got local responding staff that can quickly assist as needed. Around 2010, 2011, we started to be asked by those same customers that were using our sensor platform to have cameras that they could have as well to view that location that they're monitoring remotely to triage alerts. And so we implement quality camera systems. Axis is our preferred platform that we use. And then in some instances, we just use simple two-way audio video tablets for that same purpose for customers that don't need very many camera views, or it's a simpler environment, or individuals are able to use the two-way tablet without a problem. And then the next level for our use of cameras would be when customers are asking us to do monitoring of those locations. And so we'll implement our sensor platform as well as security level cameras and two-way audio video tablets. And we have a response center that we monitor. We have at least 2 of our 3 response center stations filled during the overnight periods, primarily is when we primarily are using this, or our customers are using it. People generally sleep at night, and so it's a really simple way to offer, again, eyes and ears on an environment that, again, is being provided by staff that are trained in a HIPAA compliant, secure environment. And so we, again, use the same security level cameras to do that and provide that as an hourly support. So speaking of technology, my insulin pump is demanding attention. We, not all states do Sens Vision, but we do it in several states, including Ohio, Minnesota, and Wisconsin currently. And over the years, then, inevitably, we're talking about our sensor platform and what it can do. Again, we've implemented simple contact sensors, for example, in med cabinets to assist with, informing of activity or inactivity related to medication management. We put contact sensors in med boxes, again, even in that smaller level to do the same thing. But there are then, dose and MedMinder, for example, are medication dispensers that we're valued vendor resellers for. And so we'll are often asked for that part to be included. So we do include assistive technology options. Obviously, we don't produce any of that ourselves, but again, whether it's Dose, MedMinder, Theora, or Bell, or Boundary Care, we're valued resellers for them and include them for folks that, again, are looking for maybe alerting systems that go beyond the house environment, where our sensor platform can extend, onto the bus or into the walk to the day program or work. And so those are things that we work with. And again, when we're working with a customer, we would let them know what we offer, and depending on the features that they're looking for, to recommend items in that regard. And it's kind of, and Paul would know this, others in the call, but assistive technology options is kind of the Wild West. There's a lot of new and creative things that are being offered. Boundary care is, one of the more prevalent recent ones recently that we've been engaged with. So that is, a quick overview of what we do. Again, when we get a referral and people are looking for options, we don't prescribe as a kit to anyone, because we realize that in reviewing the needs with the team or individuals, that maybe a dose is really all that's needed in that individual setting. And so we don't prescribe anything. Rather, we are going to listen to the team letting us know what they want to monitor in the environment generally, and then more specifically then what needs and concerns are being addressed for an individual, what outcomes are being are needed, and then we provide suggestions on how our system and tools can meet that need. And so when it comes out of that, we then know what is going to be implemented in that environment, and that's how we generate our quote and propose that to your team as our solution for that outcome that you're looking for. So I'm going to stop there. I feel like I ran through that really quick, but I think I captured the gist of what we do, but would welcome any follow-up questions.
I'm back. Now I'm hearing it. Not sure why. Let me try to get the question in. So John, just kind of looping back on what you said just a moment ago, as a provider who has assessed somebody and has a general idea of what they think the individual needs and the outcomes they want, they would reach out to you. You obviously offer a lot of different solutions here. And then you would, what's the process on your end? Do you do sort of an assessment as well, or a meeting with the provider and the individual? How does it work for you to kind of land on what you think is best?
Yeah, we generally, as at times our referrals are very specific. We want to, our team has decided we want a boundary care system that can do X, Y, or Z, or they know they need an alert system as part of a sensor platform, and all they want is the ability for that person to press a button and have staff respond. We may then also, though, be in a situation where the team is more open-ended. They know what they're trying to do, so they're trying to remove staff during a certain period of time. That helps me know then, what they're looking for. Are they looking for the ability for a staff to respond? Are they looking for, so I try to at least glean on the front end, if it's an open-ended project, which would mean a full review of the environment with them. I would probably start out with a presentation a little bit different than this one, that would talk more specifically about, again, the sensor platform and some of the features that it provides and how it works. And then from there, again, I then look and would work, or my team, me or others would work with that team in, again, assessing what's needed in the environment. And so generally we work through a process in the environmental assessment to say egress doors, egress windows. And again, we're asking questions then of that team. Do you want to know of that activity at any time, for the implementation of your technology? so again, it allows that team again then to go back to that individuals. We don't have an elopement risk. We do. We don't need contact sensors, for example, on a second level because that risk is not there. So those are the questions and processes that we go through for the general environment as well as then the individual. So we're trying to ask questions really that glean, the what ifs. If this happens, what do you do now with staff? And then what would we do then with a technology solution in lieu of staff is how we generally propose teams think through the review with us. So we would walk them through those questions as part of our review.
Great, thank you. Could you talk a little more on your remote support? So I heard you say some focus on the overnight hours. Is that is your remote support staff available 24/7, or is it specifically in the overnight space?
We are available 24/7, and we do have customers that we monitor 24 hours a day. I mainly reference that is the most likely time that we're monitoring from our response center. It's during the time that people are sleeping. It's generally where there's not a lot of things happening. One of the things that I often ask in our review is, have you reviewed the activity during the times that you're looking to use technology currently? What is happening now? If a person needs assistance, then we would, for example, schedule technology that would alert folks or remind folks if that round or that service in that room didn't happen, for example. So regarding our remote monitoring, again, we're going to be using then the same assessment so that we use our sensors when we're doing remote monitoring to focus our responders' attention to activity. Because we're watching more than one environment, it allows them then to be able to focus on that. The camera or the two-way audio video that's being used. So I'm not sure if that answered that question or not, but.
We have time for one more question, if anybody has one for John. All right. If not, John, thank you so much for the presentation. We will be sending out the video and a follow-up email, including John's contact information. So if you do have additional questions, or if you want to reach out to Sengistix for a quote and discuss one of your members, we really encourage that. So look for that follow-up information on John, and John, I'll copy you on that so you have that as well. Thank you, everyone. Thursday speaker series, I'm going to be talking about your tech team and how you should be leveraging them. So if you've got your tech team assembled, which you all do, and you don't know what to do with them, which some of you may not know, let's have that conversation to make sure you're getting some help from folks in your organization to make this stuff all come true. All right. We will see you soon. Thank you, everybody.